to be my very first foundation review video, and I'm very excited because I've never done a video like this here on my channel. So if you guys do end up liking it, please give it a thumbs up so I know to do more videos like this. So I'm going to be reviewing the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation, and this is a 2-in-1. The name itself, it's to conceal, and it's also a foundation, and I did get this in the shade 02. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around and read to you guys the description and what to expect from this foundation. It's medium to full coverage, it's lightweight, an oil-free formula, long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. And I am the type of person who loves wearing medium to full coverage foundations. That's just right up my alley. So I saw a lot of people raving about it, and I did use it. I've used it like once or twice, and I just had to come on here and review it for you guys. I'm going to be doing a review, a demo, and I'm also going to vlog throughout the day so you guys can see what I do. And I know you guys enjoy my vlogs also, but if you guys aren't interested in that portion of the video, I'll have a time inserted right here where you guys can just go ahead and fast forward if you're not really interested in that and you just want to see my overall review on it. But yeah, so it isn't a first impressions either because I've used it, but I really wanted to come on here and review it on my channel if any of you guys are interested in a new foundation or have thoughts on this. I did pick this up at CVS for about $10, so it's very inexpensive, and I really like the packaging. That's something I always look at, the packaging, and I appreciate the fact that it comes with a pump. And I like the pump because it doesn't release too much product. It releases the perfect amount of foundation, and I just love how sanitary it is. So I always appreciate a pump in my foundation. So I'm going to be doing with one side of my face the beauty blender and then the other side the brush, so you guys can see what you like better. So yeah, let's get on with the video. Before applying foundation, I always apply primer. This is what's going to keep it locked in place. I wanted to just do the foundation by itself, but I have to lay down a base. Like it'll bother me all day if I don't. So I am going to be using the Benefit Porefessional, and this is just going to fill in any large pores and just make your skin look as flawless as possible. Just go ahead and apply it on my nose because I think this is the area where I have more pores, and also in this area right here. I don't even know what to call this area, like my cheeks, you know, I don't know. So I always apply it here because when I take pictures, these are the areas that stand out the most. So I want to blur out any pores, and then I also like to go over it to my chin since I have a lot of breakouts, which are getting a lot better. So I'll be doing a skincare routine for you guys, and then also on my forehead. To prime and moisturize my face, I'm going to be using the Skindinavia The Makeup Primer Spray, and this is an oil control. I do have combination / dry skin, so I've been using this a lot lately, and I just love how hydrated it makes my face feel. So I've just been using this for primer, and then right now during the summer it gets really hot, so this is perfect. And I love how it doesn't make my face feel wet. So I'm going to be taking some of my foundation on my dirty spatula. So there's a little clean area here, so that's what I'm going to use. So I'm only going to do one pump just so you guys can see how much that covers. And I'm going to go ahead and dot this all over my face with my finger. And I didn't color correct just because I want you guys to see how it covers my blemishes and any redness in case any of you guys have that. But I did wake up with this little mountain in the middle of my forehead, so that's why I thought it was perfect to review this foundation today, just so you guys can see it kind of in action if you guys have acne prone skin. I'm going to use the beauty blender on my right side, and it is damped, by the way. I'm going to take this underneath my eye. I usually don't, but for today I am. So right off the bat, I can still see some of my blemishes, not so much of the redness. It actually covered really well, so this foundation I'm very impressed with, but it did cover very well. So I'm going to use the brush on the other side. That covered it really well. And I do have acne scars on this area right here, and I can still see it. I mean, there's really not much I can do about that, but it's not as noticeable. I just love how this foundation kind of makes it look like it's my skin, but just so much better with one layer, and I still have some on the palette. So I'm going to take some on the brush and just kind of go through like this little area, since this is where I get more acne and I have more redness there. And I forgot to tell you guys, I'm using a Real Techniques buffing brush. I do notice it covers more with the brush, so I really like that, but I like how this side makes it look like it's more like my skin, but a lot better. I'm going to take half a pump now, just to cover any redness and kind of just cover this little area, since it's a little bit more sheer, since the Beauty Blender does pick up more product than the brush does. So I'm just going to sweep that with my brush. I don't know, I think I like this foundation better with the brush. And I used it with the Beauty Blender yesterday. It gives more coverage with the brush. And I do notice that this foundation is buildable, so if you want full coverage, I would say go with 2 pumps, which is usually what I do when I'm going out and I just want like full glam. I'll do 2 pumps and it covers my entire face, takes away all the redness and all my little imperfections. It does feel a little heavy, and the texture of the foundation is a little bit creamy and very thick. Once it's on the face, it doesn't feel like that. It does feel very lightweight. And another thing about the foundation that I did notice when I was in store swatching it is that it does oxidize, meaning it does turn a little bit darker. They don't really have a variety of shades. I did see that they only have a number 1, so maybe if you're my skin tone or a little bit lighter, then you can still pick up this foundation. So I think that's one of the cons about it. But if you're darker skin tone than I am, then I don't think you should have a problem finding a shade from this Milani foundation. I really like it. It looks so good. I just love how nice and light it feels on the face. It does feel a little tacky right now, but I just applied it, so that's expected. I'm just going to run my Beauty Blender just to pick up any excess product and just kind of keep my face a little hydrated, because in this area is where I'm dry. But looks a little too light for me right now, but eventually it'll kind of just adjust to my skin tone. You guys will see. But yeah, this is how it looks. I really like it. I really love this foundation. It looks so good, nice. I like the fact that it's buildable, so you can go full coverage with this, and it's only $10, so it's very inexpensive. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face on camera so you guys can see the products that I'm using. And I think that'll be a little bit fun to just show you guys what I'm going to be using for today. So I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Ivory. I really like this because it like brightens, and then it kind of has like a little salmon undertone, so it helps cancel any discoloration underneath my eyes. To set that in place, I'm going to use the RCMA translucent powder, which you guys know I love with all my heart. It's the best powder I've used in my life. To prevent this from going anywhere, I am going to use my damped Beauty Blender, and I'm going to be baking it in. Anything too glamorous, so I'm just going to bronze my cheeks, my temples, and also on my jawline, the sides of my nose. And I'm going to be using this Ulta Matte Bronzer, and this is in the shade Warm, and using my #1 brush from the BH Cosmetics brush set, which I love because it's huge. It's like the perfect bronzing brush. I seriously love this brush. To contour the sides of my nose, just to make it appear slimmer, I like using the Hoola bronzer because it has a little bit of a grayish undertone, so it just looks a little bit more natural. And I love using the Cinema Secrets Angle Fluffy brush. Grab it and put the excess on the back of my hand, just so it doesn't apply too much, and then it's hard to blend. And I am going to take a little bit of the Hoola bronzer and sweep it underneath my cheekbones. For a little bit of that extra dimension. You know when you say like, oh, I'm not gonna do too much, but you end up doing a little too much? It's me right now. For blush, I'm using the Tan Color Palette blush palette from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to take this peachy bronzy color, and I'm going to be picking it up with the #3 brush. I've used all the first 3 brushes, and I love this palette so much. I think they revamped the packaging to this one because this one's, you know, it's a little old. I'll have their newer one linked down below. For my highlight, I'm going to be using the Benefit What's Up Cream Highlighter first. And to set that highlight, or just actually add more highlight, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills That Glow Kit on this little SL Miss Glam brush. And it is a small contour brush, W07, but I use this to apply my highlighter. And I'm going to mix Sunburst with Bubbly because it's like my favorite. And as I apply it, I also like to blend it out. With my blush brush, I'm going to blend it right on top just so it can look like I have a smooth transition from the highlight shade to the blush. I'm going to apply the NYX Wonder Pencil on my waterline. And to set the makeup in place, I'm going to use the Skindinavia Bridal Finishing Spray, which is my favorite. Since I'm a little extra, sometimes I like to use the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray as well. So I'm going to bring you guys along with my day so you guys can see what I do and if I do anything like that requires sweat, just so you guys can see how it holds. And yeah, so I will see you guys in a little bit and I'll have my full-on review tonight. I'm doing a really quick checkup. I don't even know what time it is. Hold on. It's 3:46 and it's been about 2-3 hours since I applied my makeup on. I'll most likely insert the times like on this little corner right here or over there. But so far the makeup looks good. Let me check in the mirror real quick. I was sweating a little bit just because I was outside taking some OOTD pictures. But it looks good. I don't look oily from anywhere. Usually sometimes some foundations do make me super oily in this nose area. No oil whatsoever, and I was outside under the sun for maybe like 20 minutes or so, maybe even 30. But it looks good. This is all just highlight, no oil. So yeah, it's looking good. I really love this foundation, you guys. Like, I seriously love it. I just wanted to do a review on it so you guys can see how it wears through the day, because it's a different experience to me just sitting there and telling you guys I love this foundation, and you guys are wondering why and how does it last, how does it wear through the day. So I thought this would be a better way for me to let you guys know that I truly love it. But I just wanted you guys to see it in action. But as you guys can see, it does oxidize, so it matches my skin tone perfectly, and I needed a new foundation, so this just works out good. And I just love how it makes my makeup look. I don't know, my skin just looks so much better. And right now I'm having some Jack in the Box iced coffee, which is my favorite, and I do get the original flavor. This is like the best coffee ever. Okay, so it is 6:20 and I wanted to come check in because, I don't know, I kind of started noticing myself getting a little oily around my nose area, which is usually where I get oily. I'm trying to get as much daylight as possible so you guys can like really see how it looks. I am using my iPhone 6s Plus right now to record this, and I'm not using the back side. I'm actually using like the selfie mode. This is how it's looking so far. So I'm finally gonna let you guys know my final thought on the foundation. It is 8:45 p.m. and I wanted to kind of end it around 9 or 10. The lighting will probably be a little bit different just because I do depend on daylight lighting, but I really wanted to do this video, so I really hope the lighting and everything is good. I'm using all my lights, as much lights as possible, so you guys can truly see how it looks. So right off the bat, I'm looking at myself right now in the mirror and I am super oily all around my nose area, like all right here and all right here. And I do feel like, let me look a little closer, typically don't get this oily. It doesn't say if it's matte or not, which I kind of like because it kind of has like that nice glow to it, so it's more like of a satin matte finish. So you guys have super duper oily skin, I don't think this foundation will be for you. For me, I just get really oily on my T-zone area and on my nose. But I mean, it was a pretty hot day today. It must have been around 80 degrees. I'm not too sure. I did wear the foundation for about 8 hours. It doesn't claim for how long, it just says it's very long wearing, which it is. I think it's an appropriate amount of time, and I was just indoors, but I mean, it was really hot. I did go out for a little bit just to take a couple shots of my outfit, and that's pretty much as much as I went outside today. And I know I can easily just blot or, you know, put some powder, but I didn't do any retouches today just because I wanted to show you guys how the foundation looks. But I really do love it. I seriously love this foundation, and I know if I maybe do another layer, it'll last even longer. It didn't cake up, but I did notice something yesterday. Maybe I didn't apply the Porefessional, I can't remember, but it kind of caked up right here in my nose area, and it didn't today, and it looked really funky. Like you can see my pores, or like if I had blackheads, and I don't have blackheads. So it was really weird. It didn't do it today. I'm probably going to rate it like an 8 out of 10. I don't want to give it like a full 9 out of 10 because I mean, I don't really like the fact that it oils up on my nose, but I don't mind because I can just apply some more powder. And the other reason that I'm not such a huge fan is I guess their color range. They don't have a variety of light shades. I wanted to come on here and give you guys my full-on review, and I wanted you guys to see it in action for yourselves. So if you guys have been interested in the Milani foundation, I would highly recommend it. I am giving it an 8 out of a 10. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna have a comparison of my before and how it looks right now, but I think just with a little bit of powder and I'll be good. Like, I seriously love the way it wears, and it didn't really rub off or anything. Let me see. Nope. And I feel like I was touching my face a lot today. So if I forgot anything, I will have it down below. Leave me your comments down below and let me know if you guys have tried it or what do you guys think. But that's pretty much my final review on it. If you like these type of videos, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and stick around by subscribing. Follow all my social media to keep up with me and just stay updated to see what I'm up to. I usually post a lot of behind the scenes on my Snapchat, so you guys can catch me on there. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below and I will get back to you guys. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!